Back as they go past the 600 and Little Dozer as they come along towards the 400 metre mark now. Arrogance on the outside rail. Pembleton heading it now and going to the lead. Then into the Night, who's under the whip at this point, followed by Suit, Timana, and then came Bomberbill and Command Force. Pembleton heading to the 200 metre mark is the leader. From into the Night, Suit, Bomberbill, and then Prince of Play. Pembleton in front with about 150 to go. Into the Night, starting to close rapidly. Into the Night, hit the lead to Pembleton, and then Suit, but it's into the Night starting to pull away. Into the Night wins it by a length and a half. The old-timer Suit has run second. Pembleton third, and then Prince of Play, Little Dozer, Timana, Bomberbill, Command Force, Talek, and Arrogance dropped out and finished last. Into the Night.
There's a very, very good horse, Into the Night. Very good sprinter, and it proved too strong. Just went right to the line very strongly today. And defeated Suit. Third home goes to Pembleton. And the Quinella paying 55.80. 84.60 was the exacta, and 276 the trifecta. Prince of Play ran fourth. That trifecta pays that first four rather pays 1,781.70. As Brett Preble returns aboard the winner there, and a very smart sprinter indeed. Into the Night. We're going to catch up with Ryan. In fact, Joe has. Ryan Wiggins now talking with Joe McKinnon at Randwick.
Ryan, you're having your first ride on Veloce today. Do you rate her chances?
Yeah, she's a very good chance today. She backs up this week, so that means she must have done well in the stable, so hopefully she'll run well.
Still claiming 3 in town, and that'll be a help for her today?
Yeah, it will be a big help, so hopefully that'll bring her right into the race.
Take us through the rest of your rides this afternoon, Ryan, for your chances.
I'm on Imbani in the 7th. It's a really good chance. I won on her last week. And, yeah, he comes in nice with the weights too, but up in class a little bit, but he should be just thereabouts. And Mr. Attorney in the last race, he had a couple of runs this time in now, so he should be fit for the run and should be just thereabouts too.
A lot of the senior riders away riding interstate at the moment. You've had some prime opportunities and you've made a success of them.
Yeah, it's been good. I've ridden 4 Sydney winners in the last week and a half, so it's been really great, and hopefully I can keep things going.
Good luck then this afternoon, Ryan. Okay. Ryan Wiggins riding in great form in the metropolitan area at the moment, and he is aboard Veloce in the upcoming event. A terrific hope.
For as long as anyone can remember, Kevin...
But she's come in now. She's come in about 2 points only in the last couple of minutes. So Miss Anna Louise has been very, very well tried late in the bookies' ring. Well, we'll soon see how she goes. Previous race won by number 3 High Maintenance Dan Beasley, beat 2 Bumptious 7 Viator third, 4 Little Jaboa fourth, the second to 3 Martoum, and the first to 8, and that was Polar Success. Now Treasure Time coming up. Treasure Time and Veloce will be the last 2 to enter the stalls. Best back runner, Miss Anna Louise. She's always been shorter on the tote. She got out to almost double figures at one stage in the ring, but they've crunched her in the last couple of minutes here on track. Chris Bunce aboard Miss Anna Louise for Gay Waterhouse. And a field of 16 to run in the 4th over 1,400 metres. And they'll soon be away. They're off this time, and immediately Veloce going out the back with Anytime Angel, and fleecing straight to the lead now. Brasana hunted up into second, Posse Pourquoi third, followed by Beryl Cryptique, and wider out is Flying Anna improving her position, followed closely then by Treasure Time wide, a break to Moon Flute, and then Trail of Gold, Miss Hepburn, followed by Eyes and Teas, and then comes Twilight Rose, followed by Go Ziggy. Miss Anna Louise is third last, Anytime Angel second last, and Veloce's back near the tail of the... Oh, actually, Veloce's gone up midfield, and Treasure Time has dropped out to last by the 750, and Brasana leads clearly now. Flying Anna second, about 4 to Fleecing and Pourquoi, then Moon Flute, a length of Cryptique, Beryl on the rails, and 2.5 further back in the field is Veloce, and then Trail of Gold, followed by Go Ziggy, a couple of lengths Miss Hepburn, Miss Anna Louise, followed by Twilight Rose, and then Treasure Time, who's back in company with Eyes and Teas at Anytime Angel. They straighten up now now, and Brisanna leads nicely to Pourquoi, followed by Moonflute, and a break then to Cryptique, and a length then to Veloci, and Miss Anna Louise coming down the outside. Brisanna at the 175, taken on by Moonflute, and then Pourquoi. It's still Brisanna in front, 50 to go. Here's Go Ziggy right over Brisanna. Go Ziggy with a whirlwind finish, beat Brisanna. Pourquoi, Moonflute and Cryptique from Trail of Gold Beryl, Miss Anna Louise. And then came Twilight Rose, followed by Veloci, Anytime Angel, and then Fleecing in company with Treasure Time and Miss Hepburn, and Flying Anna in company with Eyes and Teas with the last pair. With a flying finish, she's been a little too good. Number 7, Go Ziggy, with the 3 kilos off her back for Georgie Simone. She came in with 52, and the Chris Waller trained mare has proven a little too good. And that followed up a very good run behind Brits Best at Rose Hill at her start prior to today. A back marker, she needs it run to suit. And it was today. There was plenty of speed up front, and she found the line very, very well. A bay mare, a 6-year-old by Centane from Wild Swan, and has clocked 1:22.48, a respectable time. Numbers not yet to hand. 7, Go Ziggy will be first. Brisanna ran a big race for second. She did the bullocking work, number 12, and number 3 is third as the numbers roll into the semaphore. Pourquoi. Number 8, Moonflute, was fourth. 7, 12, 3 and 8, and the favourite, Miss Anna Louise, never raised the hopes of her supporters. Half a length, 3/4 of a length, 1:22.98 is the official time, 1:22.98, 35.74 the sectional.
A nice win that, Go Ziggy. A few unlucky runners there, but Go Ziggy too good. Had the clear running down the outside. That's where you've got to be. George Scavone, Brisanna and Pourquoi, and 54.40 Quinella, 92.50 Exacta. A neat 1,000 for the 7, 12, 3 trifecta. Moonflute ran fourth, and the first 4, 10,000 and 56.10. 10,056.10 on 7, 12, 3 and 8. And the winner returns at Randwick after the running of race 4 on the card. Now let's look ahead to Doomben and the divs there. What's it like? Brad Stewart, 1993.50 over Anna Lavie and Transfix, 47.70 Quinella. 284 was the trifecta there of 6, 8 and 1. Okay, now we are taking a break. Big crowd on Emirates Day at Flemington. We'll be back with more right after this. Then we go to Umrum, 8-year-old, been a very good horse, and his second 2 starts back there behind Shot of Thunder in the Toorak was a beauty. Then you've got number 6, 5 is a scratching, of course, Perno. Weasel Will, he's been racing in terrific form, a 7-year-old, and a good second behind Royal Code last start. They clash again today. That was in the Waterford. Gordo, John Hawkes trains, and Gordo ran a mighty race in the Epsom. He'd run some terrific races prior to that, and the Tramway and the Shannon he won, of course, and then fourth in the Epsom, and then ran a very good 5th in the Waterford Crystal. A lot of these horses that clashed in this clash again today. Scenic Peak, well, he was relegated to 4th after protesting by Perno and the other horse there in the Waterford, in the Toorak rather, and he was relegated to 4th that day when he was erratic in the straight. At Scenic Peak must be a chance from the rails. And then you've got Strategic Image, and it's been over the sprint journeys, but goes up to the miles, given very little hope of winning this at long odds. And let's look further down. El Nino, good each way hope at pretty long odds. He's run 2 starts back over the 1400 at Caulfield, was a good one behind Assertive Lad. Let's look at Hosanna. She's form has slipped since last start, and all her last 2 starts actually. She won very well at Flemington 3 starts back. Now let's look at number 12 here, and that's one of the outsiders, Kabila, an 8-year-old. Seems to be better off over a bit more than this journey of the mile. And one of the realistic chances is number 13 here, Mr. Lofty, at nice odds, at $15. by Grosvenor. David Hall trains, 13 starts, 7 wins, 3 placings, been freshened up for this on the Coonji last start at Caulfield. Purple Groove, mare by Rhythm, and is at $13. And it must be a good each-way show as well too. It was second at Flemington behind Miss Zoe last week. See if we can fit some more in before they're moving in there at in Adelaide at Morfordville. There's the Big Ask at long odds. You wouldn't think it could win this. And the top rater, a rating special, is Vesda. And Scott Seamer to ride. Nice odds for a rating special. It's won its last 3. It's an on-pace runner, and it won brilliantly at Mornington over Yo-Yo Ma last start. So there you go. They're the main hopes, and Paris Heartbeat gets the run too in the race with Bernadette Cooper to ride, as it was originally an emergency. Very good race, the Emirates Stakes, Group 1 race, and is not that far away. Meantime, the runners moving to go around. The scratchings of 5, 17 and 19. Accelerator still the favourite. Royal Code second elect. 8-10 about Gordo, or Crawl given a chance at 10s, Weasel Will and Scenic Peak. And then you go right down there to Mr. Lofty at 15, 13 Purple Groove and 11 for Vesda. They're the main chances here for the running of the Emirates Stakes at Group 1. Nigel Blackiston must realistically think that he has a good chance here with his good galloper Weasel Will. Let's find out what Nigel thinks. He's talking with Mark Guest.
Okay, Nigel, you've got Weasel Will going around in the Emirates Stakes. He's been performing pretty well of late.
No, his form coming this race has been super. He ran a great second in the Water Crystal Mile, and his run on the Tourette was very good, and he does seem to like Flemington and a good straight. For once, we've got a nice barrier. Craig Williams on board, and hopefully we can go well.
You've got a pretty good record in the race too.
He has. He ran 6 last year, and the year before that he ran second at Testarossa, and he's coming in with very similar form to when he ran second at Testarossa. Hope we can go one better.
Okay, good luck to Nigel there with Weasel Will. Now, Trim.
Thanks very much. Welcome back to Flemington, the Emirates Stakes. And, well, what a good race this is going to be. Clearly, the late mail is for number 1, Accelerator, racing extremely well down here in Melbourne. Terrific run last start, running 3rd behind Royal Code. I think he looks as if he's going to turn the tables here. Clearly.
At 14.60 a win, 380 for the place. Now the previous, the 5th, went to 5 into the night, 290, 160, 3 Suit paying 5.10, 2 Pembleton, 3rd, 160. Quinella 48.80, Exacta 64.20, Trifecta 228.40, the first 4 on race 5 on 5.3, 210. 1,781.70 before they go. Let's go to Alf Matthews.
Thanks very much, Les. The late mail is for number 1. The Accelerator has been very firm on course. 16 is Vesda, also 7 Gordo and 8 Scenic Peak for the Emirates Stakes.
It's for 2002. Lights are blinking. Set to go. About to break. Line good, they're racing now. And out in a good line too. One of the first out here is Vesda near the inside from Scenic Peak, and away quickly Strategic Image and El Nino and Accelerator back on the inside, and there goes Umram whipping around the outside, sorting themselves out. Vesda led from Umram, going up quickly from El Nino, the inside Scenic Peak. 2 further back, Strategic Image running 5th, and 6th on the fence, Accelerator. A length and a half further back in the race, Gordo, Weasel Will the middle. Purple Groove the fence, a length and a half, Hosanna from Royal Code, Paris Heartbeat, Crawl. Then came Kabila, followed further back by Mr. Lofty, and the Big Ask is last of all. Vesda over on the inside, a neck in front of Umram. 2.5 Scenic Peak, 3rd, 4th the outsiders, El Nino. 3 further back running 5th, Accelerator, getting a nice run on the inside of Strategic Image. 3 to Weasel Will, they're strung out now from Purple Groove. Further back, Gordo. They're followed by Hosanna, then wide was Paris Heartbeat, Royal Code. Kabila the inside, followed further back in the race by Crawl, 3rd last before the turn with Mr. Lofty, and the Big Ask is last of all. On the turn, Vesda a length in front of Umrun, Nigglelat. Scenic Peak is right behind them, 3rd the row from El Nino. Then Accelerator trying to get out in the red cap. Further back then came Strategic Image and Weasel Will down at the 400-metre mark in the leader, Vesda. A length in front from El Nino coming after it. Then Strategic Image, Scenic Peak is there. Accelerator trying to get it. He has to hook off heels. On the outside, Strategic Image, El Nino, Scenic Peak. Accelerator and Crawl are coming with runs out wide with Purple Groove. Scenic Peak broke clear. It's 2 lengths in front of Crawl out wide with Accelerator, but Scenic Peak a length and a half Crawl. Third home Accelerator from Purple Groove. They're followed further back by Strategic Image, El Nino. Then Hosanna, followed on the inside by Vesda. Royal Code is out wider on the track with Weasel Will, further out Gordo. Then Mr. Lofty, well back Strategic Image, followed by the big ass Paris Heartbeat. Umrum knocked up and Kabila is near the tail.
Number 8, Scenic Peak for Dan Nikolic, 15.50 and 4.63. Crawl, Corey Brown, $2.60. 1 Accelerator, Jim Cassidy, 1.70.
Has won the Emirates, racing on the speed, getting clear, and has won number 8. Number 8, Scenic Peak, has run 1:33.4 and has broken the track record set by Jolly Old Mac and Beau Rogue. Beau Rogue back in the late 80s, Jolly Old Mac back in the early 90s, and a track records created by Scenic Peak, number 8, ridden by Danny Nikolic. What a carnival for Dan, and also for Danny Bagua to take the Group 1. Scenic Peak finished down the track in the Waterford Crystal. He raced erratically and relegated back to 4th in the Toorak Handicap when second over the line, just beaten by Shot of Thunder. And he had a lovely run all the way from gate number 1 on the speed. Got clear. The challenges were coming, but they were coming too late. Crawl, third last on the turn, has finished well to run second. And the third goes to number 1, Accelerator, number 1, ahead of number 14, Purple Groove. Numbers are up, 8-3-1. 8-3-1. Scenic Peak has been busting and bursting to win a Group 1. It was going to happen at some stage, and today he's got it by Scenic from Sheer Speak, race Badie and Mrs. C. Steinbach, prepared by Dan Bagua, and it returns 14.40.
All right, full totes, 8 Scenic Peak. A double for Danny Nikolic.
Racing. And Scenic Peak jumped well on the inside, and so did Accelerator out fast as Vesda trying to find the lead. Strategic Image was away very quickly, and so was El Nino. And there's old Umrum from the outside barrier driving towards the leaders. Zvezda had the front. Umrum strode up and sat a neck away second. Scenic Peak is third. El Nino is fourth. 2 lengths further back is Strategic Image, and then Accelerator on the fence. A length and a half to Weasel Will. Gordo is next on the outside of Purple Groove. A length and a half Hosanna, Royal Code, Paris Heartbeat, and they're followed by Crawl, Kabila, Mr. Lofty, and the Big Askers last of all. By the 1,000, it's fast runs. Vesda had the lead to Umrum. Scenic Peak tucked in third, El Nino fourth. 2.5 Accelerator, fifth the inside, followed by Strategic Image. 3 lengths to Weasel Will, and then Purple Groove, followed by Gordo outside Hosanna. Next Paris Heartbeat, very wide around Royal Code, Kabila, Crawl, and then Mr. Lofty, and 2 to the Big Ask. Zvezda came round the turn in the Emirates at the 600, leads by almost a length now to Umrum. Scenic Peak, and then Strategic Image. Accelerator trying to work away from the rails, and then Weasel Will. Gordo pulled to the outside as they flatten for home now, and Royal Code is still well back at the 400. Zvezda about a length in front from Scenic Peak, getting through to challenge now. El Nino's coming with a run, and so too is Strategic Image down the outside, and Gordo's coming from Purple Groove. Accelerator had to hook over their heels. Scenic Peak led narrowly. Strong Strategic Image coming down the outside, but Scenic Peak is well clear. Crawl flashes home late, but Scenic Peak beat Crawl second, Accelerator third, and then Purple Groove, Strategic Image, followed by Gordo, Royal Code, El Nino, and then came Mr. Lofty, and they were followed then by Weasel Will. Further back was Hosanna. Zvezda folded up in the last 150, and then the Big Ask, followed further back by Umrum and Paris Heartbeat, and Kabira is last of all.
What a good win, and well ridden by Dan Nikolic, gave it the run of the race there, and Scenic Peak makes up for the disappointment of Dan and of course for connections there, and Danny Bagua, when the horse was relegated into 4th spot after running a very close second in the Toorak, beaten by Shot of Thunder. Disappointed next start, but right back to its brilliant best today. And Scenic Peak too good in the Group 1 Emirates. Crawl second. He's always flashing into a place. Accelerator seemed to have every chance there for the pumper at $1.50. The Quinella paying $83.30. The Exacta $160.80. The Trifecta 8-3 and 1. $880, and 831 14 Purple Groove was fourth, $11,647.30. Dan Nikolic waves to the crowd, and another sensational crowd at Flemington. A track record. So the track is on fire. 1:33.39 the time after the running of this year's Emirates Stakes. And there he is, Dan Nicklick aboard the winner, and that is Scenic Peak. He's held them off pretty easily at the finish too. Now, Randwick, race 5 is 13 away. Navy Blue and 0 Point, the equal 100 raters here. Over 2, Silent Impact, and 4, Simisu. 3, 5, 2, 4. Silent Impact here at 11's. Navy Blue looks to be the favourite for Darren Beedman there at $3. Simisu for Rob Thompson, $4.40, and 0 Point, $3.80. Those three are the best back, 3, 4 and 5. And there's Live there at $20. Now, runners at the start at Doomben, and we'll be going there soon in an open race. It appears that Evil Snip is the favourite at $3.80. We'll take a break. We're going back to Doomben right after this on Sky Racing.
Carlton Draft. If you want to know how to say that, that's Carlton. Like it's the secret, like Carlton. Like out of the side of your mouth, like Carlton. And Draft, that's different. That's more of a surprise. Draft. So think of a secret and a surprise. Carlton Draft. And then just stick mate on the end. Carlton Draft, mate. No, I've got one, thanks.
Carlton Draft. Draft beer at its best.